Chapter 3, Learning the Ropes. Sweat drips from your brows as you toss bales of hay onto the pile. Lifting a hand, you wipe the moisture away, your every muscle burning. At least being a ranch hand is good for my cardio. You catch sight of Ryder in the barn doorway, completely shirtless, his abs glinting as he steps into the sunlight. And the view isn't half bad either. As he catches your eye, Ryder releases his pitchfork, letting it fall to the dirt floor as he swaggers closer. Belle, I hate to be so forward, but I have to have you now. What? This is so sudden. I don't understand. What's going on in here? Mandy charges in from the house to stand at Ryder's side as she fixes him with a harsh gaze. You fumble for the words to defuse the situation. We were just working, I swear. Before you can finish, she puts her hands on her hips, jutting her chest out, and at the sight of her cleavage straining against her top, words fail you. Even pissed, she looks incredible. Really? Because it looked like Ryder was trying to swoop in, even though he knows I want you all to myself. It doesn't matter what you want, this is about Belle. Me? In unison, they circle you, their eyes dark and ravenous. What do you want, Belle? Or should I say, who do you want? Your eyes catch on Ryder's bulging muscles, Mandy's heaving breasts. All at once, you decide to give in to your desires. A moment with Ryder, you, Mandy, both of you, right here, right now. Because there's more than enough of me to go around. I've never been good at sharing, but if that's what you want... She grips your ass, pulls you closer, pressing her lips to the corner of your mouth and your jaw as she works her way down your neck. I'm more than happy to provide. Damn it, Mandy, how many times do I have to say it? Ryder steps up behind you, sandwiching you between his body and hers as his hands reach for the fastenings of your jeans. We're in this together. He makes short work of them, slips a hand down the front of you until his fingers are slick. Say it. Her voice is a purr, she whispers in your ear, her tongue tracing its shell distractingly. How do we make you feel, Belle? One of Ryder's fingers strokes you, and you can't help but tense the sensation overwhelming your senses. It feels... A tangle of arms and legs, the three of you collapse into a pile of fresh hay, your pleasure consuming you. Zzzt. Pictogram, 2 new messages. As your phone shakes you awake, you revel in the warmth flooding your body. That was one hell of a dream. With a leftover tingle still curling your toes, you roll over and grab your phone, but your smile falls as you open your DMs. My way or the call way. Are you done throwing your hissy fit yet? It's time for you to come home where you belong. I knew this day was starting to go off too good to be true. Try my blogging once and for all. I should just get my last dig in, get it over with. I'm way too mentally exhausted to have to deal with this. Goodbye and good riddance, Cal. You hit the block button, and as soon as his name dissolves from the screen, a wave of relief washes over you. Man, that feels good. I should have done that ages ago. Now maybe I can get back to that dream. You snuggle into your blankets, close your eyes, trying desperately to conjure up the mental image, but you find it hazy. I thought we were focusing on both. Ryder's hands down my pants, Mandy's tongue on my ear. Your hand slips down the soft curves of your body, teasing their way between your legs. But just as you're about to celebrate your minor victory, a knock sounds at the door. Rising. The door swings open wide, and as she strides through, her eyes catch on your hands, buried suspiciously beneath the blankets. Well, I was gonna say shine, but it looks like that won't be a problem with all the polishing you've been up to. I love Southern humor. Oh, God. Busted. But in my defense... I had an itch that needed scratching. What better way to start the day? I mean, I could try coffee, but something tells me it does not compare. It depends if it's made right. Hey, if you want to get off on the right side of the bed, far be it from me to stop you. After all, I know all about starting a day with a little something hot and sweet. Now, get dressed. I'm headed out to meet with the distributor, so it'll be just you and Ryder for most of the morning. Wait. As she turns to go, it dawns on you that you have no idea what to wear for ranch work, and you quickly scramble out of bed after. My last ranch had a dress code. Is there something specific I should put on for my first day? Her gaze wanders over your every curve, stopping unabashedly at your thin lace of your bra. As much as I love the look you're rocking now, there should be an extra Martinez Ranch uniform around here somewhere. Mandy heads to the closet, roots around for a moment before holding up a durable pair of jeans, a matching vest, and a utility belt. And I do all the ordering, so not only will these protect you while you work, but they're also cowboy chic. What do you think?
Home on the range. I think you're angling for a private fashion show.
Oh, me? Never, but if I was?
I aim to please. You slip the outfit out of her fingers and take your time putting each piece on as she eyes you.
Well, how was that for you? In a word, hot, but I think you're missing something.
She steps in the closet on her tiptoes and pulls a box from the top shelf as she eases the lid off. You peer inside. A cowboy hat. Now that's what I'm talking about.
A genuine cowboy hat? How badass is that? My thoughts exactly. Plus, it'll keep the sun off of you while you work.
You pluck the hat out of the box and situate it on your head, giving yourself a once-over in the mirror. Really have to pay for the hat, too?
You unlocked a new accessory in the closet. Move over, Clint Eastwood. Belle Dixon is the fiercest in the West now. Easy there, cowgirl.
Mandy swipes the hat from your head and presses it to your chest, and you feel your heart thud through the thin material.
You'll be able to wear this all you want outside, but in here, no hats allowed. No, come on. Ryder's waiting, and he is not the patient type.
Downstairs in the kitchen, you find Ryder impatiently sipping a cup of black coffee.
Good morning, boss.
The moment his eyes land on you, his scowl melts away, and you catch him fighting back a smile. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear you were an old hand, working beside me for years.
Thank goodness you know better. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll do anything to be next to you. Or under, on top, any pretty position, really.
You're just trying to get me riled up.
Is it working?
You lean against the counter next to him, and as your arm casually brushes his, he takes a short breath and quickly schools his face. Absolutely not.
Seconds later, Mandy strides into the kitchen behind you, moving a mile a minute as she swipes the fixings for a complex cup of coffee. Ryder, are you being surly this early in the morning? Don't mind him. He gets in one of his moods anytime he's got more than 5 minutes behind schedule.
Mood or not, I can still hear you. Rather than respond, Manny raises her eyebrows at you as if saying, "Told you so," and grabs a straw for her travel mug.
Good luck today, Belle. You're gonna need it.
She gives your arm a squeeze, and as she heads off, you turn to Ryder.
I can understand not wanting to get behind, but does 5 minutes really make a difference?
He turns up his mug to drain the last of his coffee and heads for the door. I've got something for you to... someone for you to meet, and then maybe you can tell me. Let's go. Follow Ryder through the range, taking note as he pauses to pat the heads of the cows as he passes. Good morning, Verna, Darlene, Miss Sheila.
For a man who can be prickly with people, you sure have a way with animals.
That's because getting along with animals is simple. People, on the other hand, not so much. Yep, me and him got a lot in common. Ryder leads you to a stall with a nameplate that reads Melba, and behind the gate, a large cow stares back at you.
Nice cow. What's got you down?
Melba here is the unfortunate victim of our tardiness. Ryder points to her udder, and you find it veiny and engorged.
Oh my god, 5 minutes did that?
Every cow on the ranch has a job. Day, night, holidays, weekends, these girls are working hard to produce as much milk as they can. It's our job to respect their hard work by keeping up with the schedule that lets them live healthy, happy lives. Consider the lesson learned. 5 minutes didn't do that. Now let's get our girls some relief. You spot a milking stool and a bucket in the stall and quickly unlatch the gate to grab both. I'm coming, Melba. Wait, you don't need to...
No, I got it. I've always wanted to do this.
Settling the tools in place, you get situated at the cow's side, tentatively reaching for her udder. Listen, I've never milked a cow, so I know you're supposed to gently just, like, hold it and then pull. So, yeah, we'll go with pull. You grab the cow's teats, give it a good, strong yank, only for Melba to rear back in pain. Oh, that reaction is why we use the milking machine. Not to mention, it's more efficient.
There's a machine? They don't show that part on TV.
Wordlessly, he unlatches the rest of the stalls, and as the cows all instinctively head to the milking parlor, he grabs a pitchfork. While the cows are being milked, we muck out the stalls. That means all the hay needs to be taken out for composting and replaced.
Got it.
You grab a shovel and get to work, determined to redeem yourself for Milkgate, as you try not to gag at the smell. But before long, no matter where you go, the smell seems to follow you everywhere and around the barn. Out to the fields as you check the herd for hoof issues.
Oh, you guys sure are ripe.
On the way back to the main house for lunch,
someone needs to scrub really well because, wow, is that eye-watering.
Until finally, you can't help but snap.
What is that smell?
Belle. Ryder nods to your feet and your stomach sinks as you look down at the gloopy mess you assumed was mud. That's a cow patty.
Oh, come on!
First rule of ranching is to always watch where you step. The day's work is long and backbreaking, but as night falls, you and Ryder finally near the end of your task list.
Just gotta get one last bale. Not too soon. Either. Everything's starting to hurt.
But as you climb the ladder to the loft, your hands burn, and when you inspect them, the skin is red and blistered.
Ah!
You okay up there?
Fine. Ow.
Where you can figure out what to do, Ryder's head peeks over the loft floor. Oh, hell, Bill. Those are blister beetle bites. Must have been in the hay.
The hay I've been touching all day?
Give herself a hasty once-over and sigh.
At least none of the bites made it through my clothes.
Still. The ones on your hand should be looked at. We've got a first aid kit around here somewhere. Ryder grabs his kit, and as the two of you settle down on the floor of the loft, you brace for the anger you know must be coming.
Ryder, before you yell at me, I just need you to know I am so sorry.
Yell at you? Belle, I'm worried about you. These had to hurt something vicious. Why didn't you say anything?
Because I didn't want you to think less of me? You do this every day. How was I supposed to tell you I couldn't handle it once? Ow!
You jump as he gently dabs an antiseptic and almost reflexively leans in, pressing his full lips to blow cool air into your palm. Sick time exists for a reason, Belle. You don't have to push through the pain to impress me. Ryder makes a quick work of the bandage, and slowly he brings your palm to his mouth again. This time his lips graze the gauze in a soft, almost kiss. You're still here because I already like what I see.
Ryder.
At the sound of your voice, he hastily releases your hands and climbs to his feet. Don't worry about the hay. I'll leave the word for the night crew to handle the infestation. You go get washed up for supper. Before you can respond, he grabs his first aid kit and heads down the ladder, leaving you with your thoughts and the aching in your hands. Later, you make your way to the main house for dinner, cleaned up but haggard from the day's work. I can't believe how much I underestimated how hard this would be. And after what happened in the barn, you look down at your bandaged hands and your skin tingles where Ryder's lips were. If I thought Ryder and Mandy fought a lot before, it's only because it's gonna get worse when she finds out he's been covering for me. I need to tell Mandy the truth. You literally did all today's work. Like, what? Your stomach sinks as you approach the house and find Mandy waiting for you on the porch. There you are. How was your first day? About that. Mandy, there's something I need to tell you. Okay, Kid says it's now or never on that brisket. You look over Mandy's shoulder to find a strangely familiar woman standing in the doorway. Seconds later, it widens and another figure appears. Wait. It's Kit. Wait, what? Okay, alright, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. Though, if it's all the same, I'd prefer now. It's one hell of a brisket if I, do say so myself. Perfect timing. Belle, these are my close friends, Dolly and her boyfriend, Kit. Dolly's family runs Thunder Ranch not too far from here. Though, from what Mandy tells us, you know all about that life. You're a ranch hand? As the three of them turn to you to look at you, your confession dies on your tongue. Newly. Some days it feels like I'm never done this job before at all. Trust me, I know that feeling. Are we having a dinner on the porch now? Ryder appears next, or behind you, and as he nods a greeting to Dolly and Kit, you feel the energy change. Do you two know Ryder? About as well as anyone can really know a man of such few words. But Mandy always fills in the blanks for us. Ryder's snippy as come hell or high water. That has nothing to do with me. Might have more to do with you than you think. Okay, Kid, didn't you say dinner was ready? You took the words right out of my mouth. You follow Dolly and Kit inside and find the table loaded with barbecue and sides. Mac and cheese. Listen, is it barbecued mac and cheese, though? Yeah, that's just some good shit if you never tried it. Kit, this all smells fantastic. No need to stand on ceremony, let's dig in. You divvy up plates, and as you settle in between Mandy and Ryder, you can practically feel the tension radiating between them. And you're not alone. So, Mandy, I finally get a chance to look at that email you sent me about the expanding, and you're right. Goats are very in right now. Especially goat milk. We're expanding? No, we're not, because goats aren't feasible with the herd the size it is. We have more than enough to keep us busy. Because you micromanage every cow, they're fine. But since you won't take my word for it... Mandy's attention snaps to you, and you can't help but sink in your seat. What do you think, Belle? You've seen every side of the ranch by now. Are we capable of expanding beyond boring old cows? I think I'd better stay out of this. I've only worked here for one day, and I don't think I'm qualified to tell you how to run your business. I'd just think if you really thought about it. Well, I'm stuffed. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. In another few minutes, bites, and I'll explode. You shoot them a grateful look as they carry their barely touched plates to the sink, but the moment Kit reaches for his keys, Mandy stops him. It's late. Why don't you two stay until morning? We still need to get Belle settled in at the cabins anyway. We could walk you. I know I'd appreciate knowing you're nearby tonight. You wind your eyes and what you hope is a please don't make me referee these two alone look. Kit sighs. Lead the way. A short walk later, you arrive at the stretch of log cabins. As Kit turns to offer Mandy and Ryder well wishes, Dolly pulls you aside. The first night in the cabins could be a little rough. Feel free to let us know if you need anything. Well, the way things are going between Ryder and Mandy, I'm more worried about what I'll wake up to than anything else. How do you deal? I've only known Ryder a while.
but I'm friends with Mandy forever. She's passionate, and no is not her favorite word. Just try to keep her and Ryder in their own corners, and I'm sure it'll all work out. I've got this feeling about you. Something good, I hope. Oh yeah, don't tell them I said this, but honestly, I have a hunch you might be exactly what those two need. You hug Dolly goodnight and follow Mandy and Ryder down the street to your cabin. It's small, little dingy, but for the first time in your life, you have 4 walls you can call your own. I can't believe it, I'm home. Before you get too attached, you should know it's got its quirks and definitely going to need a little TLC. But my dad's built these cabins, not just to house our ranch hands, but to give them a sense of community. It's pretty tight-knit here. There's something to be said for having a village. I haven't had one in a while, and I think I'm gonna love having my whole life just steps away. I used to play in these cabins when I was a kid, you know. There are all kinds of nooks and crannies. I could show you around if you want. Belle doesn't need a walk down memory lane. She needs to know the practical side of things and what makes this place tick. Why don't we let Belle tell us what she needs and who she needs it from? They both turn to you expectantly, and you can't help but relish the thought of getting one of them alone. Long story short, I don't know why they're making him so unpleasant, and this tension between the two of them is a little silly. But since we can only choose one, I'm assuming, I'm gonna go with her for now. I need something to cheer me up after a long, hard day. Well, then you definitely came to the right gal. Ryder tips his hat at both of you. You two enjoy your frivolous evening. I'd rather geld a whole herd than listen to Mandy talk about paint colors. You and Mandy barely manage to contain your laughter until he's out the door, but once you're alone, the cabin feels suddenly too small to contain you both. So, this is obviously the living room. A bit tight. Where will I fit all my big dreams? Hey, there are plenty of crawl spaces. It's not huge, but it's enough for one. You'll appreciate the size come winter. She walks over to the fireplace. It's not lit right now, but a warm, woodsy smell emanates from it. Just you wait. Nothing like a hot fire on a cold night. It's true. Fireplaces always make me want to get cozy. With someone special. Soft lights, smell of wood smoke in the air, a warm, tangled body with mine. Warm body, hell, you won't even need the fire if that's the way you plan on doing here. The look on her face is wistful, hungry, and as her eyes wander over you, you lean in closer. If you do things right, you can warm yourself both inside and out. Maybe. The craving in her eyes is impossible to ignore, but she fights it, shaking herself off and stepping back. But it's at least 80 degrees in here, so that'll have to wait. Come on. Mandy leads you into the unassuming kitchen, and you test the burner on the stove and peer inside the cupboards. Everything in here basically works, but I doubt you'll be doing much in the way of cooking. Mess hall does a pretty good job of keeping everyone fed. Good to know. If every day is like today, I doubt I'll have much energy to cook. You peer up at one of the highest shelves to find a crumbling box. It looks like something's up there. Oh, my stars and garters. Is that where I left my stash box? Oh, quick, give me a hand. Mandy squeezes between you and the counter, fingers outstretched. Mandy, I got you. You guide her hip as she climbs up onto the counter. She stretches to grab the box, her rear swaying inches from your face. I might need a little push. You oblige, relishing the chance to get a handful of her ass. A slight moan escapes her lips when you press against her. A little more? Her breathy whisper makes your head spin as you squeeze her ass harder, evoking a gasp. Got it. She takes her time, sliding back down into place, making sure your hands remain on her hips the whole way down. Southern hospitality.
Oh, Mandy's stash box. What could be in there? She flips open the top of the box and starts pulling out objects.
Oh, wow. I totally forgot about my little stuffed elephant. I named him Earl Grey. Man, my rainbow earrings. My dad wouldn't let me get my ears pierced until I was 12, so I used to pin them to my clothes instead. A squeal escapes her. She spots a pink book with a cheap lock on the front. Oh, my old diary. I used to put such scandalous secrets in here. Now this I gotta see.
You try to take the book, but she yanks it away, holding it teasingly out of reach.
There's no way you're getting into my head that easily.
You never minded oversharing before. It's true. Her eyes sparkle with promise, but she's careful to tuck that journal in her back pocket.
I'm sure you'll get to know a lot more about me in the coming months. Until then, I think it's time we check out the bedroom.
Your heart races as you follow her into the bedroom and you find the cozy space taken up by a queen-sized bed.
I think the room's pretty self-explanatory, don't you? Almost. If you ever want to run for the hills, that window's your best bet for stealing away in the dead of the night. Low windows, good for the knees. Do your ranch hands make a habit of leaving in the middle of the night? Some, but they usually only would go as far as a honky-tonk bar down the way. If Ryder gives you too hard a time, it's a great way to blow off steam. Well, good to know.
Yeah, we'll do that. The boss lady's kind of a bad girl.
Just because I'm the boss doesn't mean I don't like to have fun. So, you like to balance your business with pleasure?
She laughs, the worrisome sound filling the cozy room.
When I can.
You ease yourself onto the bed. Your weary muscles announce their relief. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about.
Feels good to kick back after a long day, huh?
You guys have to find Mandy watching you, and you let your legs fall open a fraction of an inch, slow and inviting.
Why don't you come see for yourself?
With a grin, she slips off her shoes and climbs into the bed beside you, her warmth radiating against your side.
You're right. If I'm not careful, I could do some very bad things here. Is that so? Don't worry, I like bad.
You roll over, pinning her beneath your hips. You feel her fingers grip your shirt as she lets out a fevered, frustrated groan.
You're gonna be in more trouble than I thought, aren't you? But never more trouble than I'm worth. You have my word. Is that right?
Her hands slide down your sides, grip your hips, pulling them closer to yours. Day one, already sleeping with the boss. The wet heat between your legs grows as her hand glides back to cup your backside, her voice sinking to a whisper.
Would I be a terrible boss if I admitted I wanted you? Only if I'd be a terrible employee for admitting I want you too.
Something hot and unfamiliar burns inside you, and as you draw closer, her gaze locks first on yours and then on your lips.
One kiss wouldn't hurt, right? How could it? It's just one teeny, tiny kiss.
You pull her closer, determined to feel the hot press of her lips on your own when a cold shot of reality trickles through to you. Wait, this job is the only thing standing between me and the life I left behind. If I blow things now, I'll have nowhere to go. It takes all of your self-restraint to draw back, but the moment her body separates from yours, your exhaustion settles on you like a weight.
Actually, I think I'm pretty tired. Maybe we can try this on another night?
You force a smile as Mandy rolls away and gets to her feet, but instead of leaving, she glances down at you with concern in her eyes.
I didn't scare you off, did I?
Listen, she literally got on top of you. I don't know how What? Not at all, I just have a lot going on. As Cal's message brings to your mind, you push it back, refusing to let it ruin what's left of your evening. Mandy shoots you a smile.
Well, then let me know when your load lightens.
With that, she heads for the door, and as you watch her gorgeous backside disappear into the night, you can't help but groan into your pillow. Next morning, you awake in the cabin to the sounds of life on the Martinez ranch, mooing cows and arguing. This is exactly what I mean when I say you don't listen to me, Mandy. It's called vision, Ryder. Excuse me for wanting a little sprucing around here. Mandy and Ryder are shouting at each other already. It's barely 4 in the morning. With a groan, you scoot out of bed, throw on some clothes, and see what all the fuss is about. I think they have a lot of tension and a lot of other reasons why they're doing this. But when you get outside, you're distracted by a swarm of goats. Oh, Jesus, she didn't. Bahram you. What the hell is going on? Your voice stops them in their tracks, and without missing a beat, Mandy grabs a goat and smiles. Surprise! I got us goats. Surprise! You ain't doing any of the goddamn work. Oh, God. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, plenty of links to check out, ways to support this community, this family that we've built here, and also ways to become more of an intricate part of it. With that being said, hopefully you all were entertained by the voices and things that I do, say, etc. Again, if you did, to remember to like, share, and subscribe, but also let me know in the comment section below. I love when you guys let me know what you think, your feelings on a chapter, who, what, when, where, and why. Again, I love reading your comments and especially love replying to them. With that being said, again, I feel like the two of them have kind of like a tension going on. I think it is kind of cool, though. And now it kind of brings things all full circle. That this was from the other book. We're on the Martinez Ranch, and I remember it now. And so, the kind of two books are being brought together, which would be cool. We would get to see more of Dolly, I believe, and then also more of Kit, see what's going on, get their input, have a little fun, and it reminds me of High School Story, when we went back and we were completely different people, and we were meeting the prior playthrough, is about the best way to put it. So I do dig that. I do dig it. It's nice when universes collide, and by universes I mean books, and I wish Pixelberry would do it more often. That's pretty much my feedback on it so far. So far, the book's alright. Again, Southern hospitality is certainly, yeah, no, it's, and then also we were very, this is just my thoughts on it, but we were very kind of like, we got like on top of her and just, yo, bro. Excuse me, but I think she down bad. But without further ado, once again, thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Catch you all later. Peace out.